Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about some unlisted shares. We have been talking about different stocks in the stock market which are listed on the exchanges like NSE and BSE. There is a host of companies like SDB Financial, NSE Limited itself, Tata Capital, Hero Honda Capital, and many more. Flipkart, they are not listed, but they you can buy the shares. So, what is the advantages of buying the share? What are the issues? How to buy it? From where to buy it? What type of perspective to have? This all we will talk today because I found that some of them are very profitable and I experienced myself. Therefore, I thought I'll share with you how to buy the shares, where to look for it, and how it can be helpful. Second thing I like to tell you that the pros and cons of buying unlisted shares because they are not listed, therefore it has its own issues, it has its own advantages also. And then I'll tell you the steps which are involved in buying the shares. I'll take two examples which I have in my portfolio. One case I have made a decent gain, other case I have lost some money. So both I am going to discuss with you so that you have a very clear perspective. So let's go get going. Now, idea of this video is purely education and bring it to you a new channel which you can examine yourself and then take your own decision. This is not a recommendation for buying a particular shares, although I'll be taking two examples, but this purpose of these two examples are mere examples. So keeping that in mind, maybe we can proceed. Before investing in stock market, whether unlisted or listed, if you have some idea about financials of a stock, it will be very helpful for judging their valuation. And I have brought a set of courses for you. Do visit drbishram.graphy.com. There is a free course, so please do that. If you like that course, you will like to choose the paid as well. So anyway, thank you for your participation in advance, and let's move forward. So today, so what is unlisted shares? So shares normally when an IPO comes or before an IPO comes, normally unlisted shares are from the market which are not very mature company. Few of them could be very mature company, but most of them are companies which are yet to be listed and they got started as a startup. So let me explain you a little bit of how things happens in the startup arena. So normally when a company gets started, let's say initially you are starting a company, so your size may be very small, and that time the funding you get from an angel investor or maybe your own investment. Then as you start growing, a time comes where different stages of funding comes. Stage 1, 2, 3, here venture capital participates. And company has grown, it has consolidated its financial, it could be round 1, round 2, round 3, and VC comes into play. Many VCs are there in the marketplace. Then a time comes when company has to go and bring the IPO. Now here, once IPO comes, you can apply for IPO, but getting shares in IPO is not guaranteed. There is no guarantee, no guarantee of getting a shares in IPO. So from that perspective, IPO share could be a challenge. Now, using an unlisted market, once it is listed, you can trade through stock exchanges. Once it is listed here, you can trade through stock exchanges like NSE and BSE. But before it is listed, the question comes how to do it. So here at this stage, let's say, if you want to buy some good prospecting share, so here you can buy these shares in the unlisted market. So what is this market? So there are different brokers who have got contact to the sellers as well as the buyers, and they create some sort of platform for buying and sale. But this market is highly unstructured. Unstructured in the sense there are many people who sell unlisted shares, but you have to understand quite a bit whether it is good to buy that share at that price or not to buy at that price. So let's start with the pros and cons of buying unlisted versus listed, which is there on the stock exchanges. So unlisted versus listed. Let's talk about these two, which are very important. Now unlisted, very first thing is unlisted shares is liquidity. Liquidity, when you talk about, in this case, liquidity is very low, and here it is very high. So if you have a listed share, you can buy and sell anytime you want. But in this case, you have to find out. Sometimes liquidity is there, sometimes it is not there. So if you buy some unlisted share, someone to sell at a particular time, you may not be able to sell immediately. उसके चलते क्या होता है? You might get stuck. Or that is the reason your perspective or your time horizon has to be a little longer. If you buy for 3 years, 4 years perspective, and hoping that by that time the share will get listed, you may get a very good gain. So one part is liquidity. Second part is the price. Now price here varies. There is no fixed price. Here is almost a fixed price, although it varies with time, but fixed at a particular time. At a time it is fixed, and you know. Third thing is a spread. Now spread means buying and sell. It is high here. Between buy and sell, there is a big difference here, but here is very little difference. Risk will be more here, less here. And then if you look at some more parameters, attractiveness. Sometimes some shares will be very, very attractive here. Here you have to find out attractiveness of the share. And if you are able to locate attractiveness, then you are able to do it. So these are some of the pros and cons. Now the question comes, how to go about and look for. So here what I'm going to do is, I'm going to tell you a set of companies, set of sites or websites where you can hunt for this share. The very first is unlisted zone. They call it unlisted zone. You can do a Google search. You can go to their website, register there. They do require KYC, etc. Do that, and then you can converse with them. Second one is Stockify. I have been using these sites. And third one is WWIPL, pl.com. Fourth one is Incred Money. These share, few of them have got their own apps also. So what you could do is you can download those apps and then finally use the apps to buy and sell. So now these are some of the main platforms. There could be many more platforms. So these are some of the platforms which can be used for buying and selling. But I can tell you one thing, don't go and just start buying there. I'll show you some of the cases, how it works and what the same share price and the list are different. Now, if you go to NSE and BSE, if you have a company known as BSE Limited, listed on NSE and BSE, the price difference will not be more. It will be about ₹1 or so. But if you go to the unlisted zone, these companies, price difference could be significant. It could be 4 or 5 rupees, or if it is large price or big price, it could be 10 rupees or even 100 rupees. So you have to really understand the bargaining aspect of buying and selling. If you are not good in that, or if you don't want to do that, you may take help of people like us who can help you out buying and selling these shares. So you are free to reach me, or you can do your own action, and then you can buy and sell this share. So let's get going. Now, having known that, how to buy this share? Now, for buying the shares, the way it works, like let's say if you're buying a share, you decide this share, this particular platform you're buying. So they expect you to transfer money to their bank account. So there's a bank-to-bank transfer, which can be like, and they have got registered with the respective regulator. So there may not be much risk involved, but you transfer the money, and then within 24 hours, most of them transfer the share to your account. So basically, you have to give the demat account detail, your bank account detail, your KYC particulars, and for demat detail, CML, what they call it, client profile, which every demat company gives you, that CML copy they need, self-signed CML copy. Similarly, they need Aadhaar and PAN card and bank account check. If you give this, your account will be open, you transfer the money, and within 24 hours, the share comes to your account. Now, let's look at how this really work. So I will take example of two shares, NSE Limited, which is very, very attractive shares in my opinion. I bought this and I was lucky to buy at a very low price that time. About 8-9 months back, I bought about, this is at a good price that time, NSE Limited. Now here the price on this side is 5,600 today. And by the way, this company had declared a bonus of 4:1. This means if you hold one share on the record date, you will get 4 new shares for this one share. So total number of shares will become 5. So your number will multiply, holding will multiply 5 times. So obviously price will fall, but there will be a good advantage. And here, see some basic parameter they're giving. 167.79. So close to 170 rupees is the EPS in the last year, current year. P is about 33.38. ROE and ROC, those numbers also you can do a little more research and find on different sites. They are very decent for this company. And look at the price. Now here, when they declared bonus, the price was somewhere here. So it almost multiplied 30%, 40%. Now many sites might show this price as 6,200 today. But only trouble with NSE is because they do check a lot of documentation. So whole transfer here requires about 4 months of time. Although the brokers may tell you, look, I can do in 3 months, 2 months, but believe me, I have done 2 lots I have bought for myself and took 4 months on an average. So therefore, you have to go through a person to whom you trust and then procure the share. But the gains should be decent. Like I bought this share at about 7-8 months back at about at the range of about 3,400 or so. So it is a very decent gain. And I suspect by the time IPO comes, IPO, NSE is already working on IPO. It may take another year or so in terms of IPO. This number, my buying price will multiply, will get almost doubled. So that's the advantage here. Why I'm saying so? I will show you BSE shares. BSE is the listed one, which is a peer of NSE. NSE is much bigger. It's a market leader basically. And BSE trades at about 59 PE. Whereas NSE today trades at about 34 or 33 PE. Now let's say NSE goes to 59 or 55, let's say. So 55 into 170, the price will be 9,300, whereas it is about 5,500. You will say why it is? So certainly to my mind, today it is undervalued. Other share I take, which I have in my portfolio in unlisted zone, is a company known as OYO. You must have, all of you must have used OYO services, or you must be knowing about this company. So this company, if you look at this, I bought at about 68, 69. Look, so here I have had a decent loss actually. Now here, look at the price. I bought here sometime here, not here, but sometime when the share was trading at about, let's say if you take a 2 years time frame, then there was a time when it was trading in this zone. So somewhere here. And what I did for buying, this was the reference point. So I said it is available at a discount. And see how much follow up there. Because what happened was OYO was likely to come as a public issue. They didn't come with public immediately. They went for third round of funding. And during third round of funding, although OYO had investors like Microsoft, SoftBank, and many leading investors from the world, there was a huge, undervaluation. What do you call? The valuation was crashed by a big number. Like initially it was valued 10 billion. After the third round of funding, it became about 3 billion, 2.7 billion. So obviously there was a time when it came over 38, 39. Today you might get about 45, 46 type of numbers today. So to me, here I'm going to average it out a little bit because I'm sitting on some loss here. So if I average out, my price will fall by let's say 9-10 rupees, about 55, 58 rupees per share, which will be much higher than 45, 46. But still, when Weo bounced back, which is already a profitable company, last fiscal they have made about 100 plus crores of net profit. So when the public issue comes, before that euphoria will come, you might sell in this unlisted market before IPO, or once IPO comes, then you have to wait for 6 months. You cannot sell at the outcome of IPO immediately. Because what happens is SEBI has got a sort of regulation where if you buy anything in a pre-IPO market, you have to hold it at least 6 months because you are treated as one of the promoter. Although you are holding very minuscule, but still you are treated as a promoter. But what I look at recently, 2 days back, Ola Electric got listed. Loss-making company, no chance of profit. You see, 76 to 109 it is trading today. So I think there is a lot of craze for new age, and OYO had got a worldwide presence today. It is one of the largest hotel chains without having any assets. So very different company. So I suspect that this particular pricing you will certainly get a good price, and it could be a very interesting case to really follow when you talk about this particular share. So friends, today I have brought to you, and then recently even Swiggy you can buy on this platform. Today trading at about 400, 415 type of numbers. And you see how Zomato has done. Now Swiggy, if you see at last 1 year, it's almost a standstill. 370 to 400, 410 it is running. So if you are able to buy Swiggy, and promoter is, although it is not Zomato is the leader or Swiggy is just a follower, and these two companies are going to exist. So I don't see a reason why Swiggy will not make a second position and continue having second position in this particular space. From that perspective, Swiggy will get a good valuation in time to come, and could be a good opportunity to acquire Swiggy from this secondary market, what we call unlisted market. So I hope you like the deliberation today. You came to know how the really should go about it. So my recommendation is you look at 4 5 sites, look at the price, then talk to one of them, talk about your quantity, negotiate the price. If you do online, which they say a lot, you might get at the listed price. But most of them, if you talk to them and if you have a quantity to buy, they'll offer you a discount. And then you can buy on discount. It will take about a day for transferring, except NSE and NSDL. Both of them are NSE companies. They take about 4 months because they have a huge documentation requirements. And by the way, NSE, even the dividend yield is about 2.6%. So if you put 1 lakh rupees, it is almost like putting 1 lakh rupees in your savings account where 2.6 is coming. A rock solid company, one of the largest exchange in the world, leading exchange in the world, and likely to be listed. You can imagine the euphoria, imagine the price, imagine the multiplication which will happen. And from that perspective, it makes very good sense. So to just sum up, be very cognizant about before you take a decision. Don't go on just the news that it is OO, that's why it will go so much. So do some research, talk to people, do your own research, then take your call. So if the price has run up a lot, hold, wait, because anything which goes up will come down. So have a patience, be there, you will make good money. So I hope you like the deliberation. If you liked it, don't forget pressing the like button. Forward this video to your friends, and if you are not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for your time. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.